Anyway, this was again, this is the video that actually got me to rethink what my opinions are and really delve into it, you know? Let's watch this Ludwig video, and then I'm gonna dish out my rationale. I have Rentry over here, that way I can write down my thoughts properly and actually condense this into something that's more cohesive rather than just me rambling on and on and on without a script.
Have you been noticing this trend where people who are signed to YouTube live streaming contracts, the day their contract ends, switch right back to Twitch or start multi-streaming?
You know why that's interesting, chat? It's because literally 2 years ago, or how many years ago, when Ludwig decided to come into YouTube, every Twitch streamer was doom posting on YouTube, on YouTube videos as to why Twitch is gonna get fucked up. And then years later, everybody is rescinding what they said. And I think that's interesting. It seems like the new CEO of Twitch is, he knows what he's doing.
Because I have, and it's got me wondering, is YouTube live streaming a wash? Has it been a failure of an attempt by YouTube to compete against Twitch? And I'm not the only one thinking this. This is also a thought shared by Dan Clancy.
The YouTube and YouTube Live not changing isn't because they move slow. It's because YouTube Live isn't a priority for YouTube.
And that's certainly a fact, all right?
Okay.
YouTube live streaming can only grow as long as it doesn't impede on the already incredibly successful YouTube video service. If you grow YouTube live stream and that takes away some percentage of success, right? Like if you basically recommend more YouTube live streams and that keeps people on YouTube for less time because they're watching less videos because they don't enjoy the live streams as much as the videos, you have made a failed product, even if it ends up beating Twitch, because YouTube videos make so much money and they are so popular.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I'm going to expound on that later because I think that's a very interesting point.
He goes on to talk about the streamers themselves and says,
went to YouTube, man.
But your friends that went to YouTube are all coming back, Sushi.
Yes. Yeah.
and you can see someone already adds me in this, but he's not wrong, right? Look, you know, when Myth ended his YouTube contract, I believe he took a break. He stopped streaming on YouTube. Lily, the moment her contract ended, switched back over to Twitch. Dr. Lupo, when his contract ended, started multi-streaming. I mean, shit, Tim the Tapman today said he was going to start multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And look, his viewership is better on Twitch after 3 years, I think, on YouTube.
To be fair, if that's recent, then that's unavoidable.
Right now on YouTube. That's crazy. 3 years and nothing fucking changed. He's literally doing better on Twitch.
By the way, I have the opinion that if you are actually not a big enough content creator, multi-streaming is not gonna work for you. It's not. It's really not. Oh, also, unless you have a feed or some sort of extension that also feeds both chats into one stream on your screen. Because if most of your audience is on a certain platform more, like the disparity is big, like how many viewers are watching me right now? I have like 198, 200 something viewers on Twitch, on YouTube. Over on Twitch, I get an average of like what, 80? Or not 80, 18? Sometimes below, like 10 below. The disparity of that is massive. It really depends on what you do and what you're there in that platform for, and if your heart is in on it. Because most of the time, a Twitch streamer is not gonna have their heart over on YouTube, and a YouTube streamer probably aren't gonna have their heart on Twitch. And audiences from both are gonna recognize that. And they'll just tune over to whichever platform is bigger and then just stick there. Right? And that's only on your most dedicated fans. The average person isn't gonna care about you. Yeah, the audience is different. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the main difference. Yeah. The end, I don't watch your Twitch stream. Twitch ads are insane. Oh, it's okay. I disabled Twitch ads on my settings. I explicitly disabled it because I also hate ads. I don't want you guys to have an experience there. I also have an announcement regarding Twitch later on this stream, by the way.
Might be wondering, okay, why are streamers switching back to Twitch? Well, one might be because they do better.
Sketch therapy, yes. That's exactly one of the points that I'm going to get into later. And yeah, later.
They get more viewers. Two, it's because they also make more money.
I saw someone say sub count, by the way, earlier. I didn't answer it. I apologize. I'm not making up messages here. We are at 6.3.
Crowd, our game's over.
So you have an official number?
I'm joining
We're
up.
probably closer to 6.5 if I had to guess.
And Tim basically says he got 6,500 subs in one single stream on Twitch, and on YouTube he had 14,000 subs. So he basically got almost half his subscriber count in one day. So he's going to start making more money from Twitch subs than he ever did from YouTube members. And I basically tweeted out this exact point, that it feels like, YouTube live streamers switch back to Twitch. And it got everyone asking, am I personally switching back to Twitch? Is that what this is? And the answer is no, not at all. That's not what my
Damir,
tweet
Twitch
was.
is relatively popular in Japan. Relatively, it's okay. It's not big. In Japan, Nico and YouTube are arguably bigger. But then again, I got this information from 2 years ago. I don't know if it's still relevant.
As I was actually just noticing a fact, I personally have a YouTube contract that is not over yet, and I'm happy streaming on YouTube.
Okay.
But I do have a contract that allows me to stream on Twitch, and I enjoy multi-streaming in the only circumstance where I find it good, which is for my events, aka like for Ludwig Streamer Games. If I just stream that on one platform, it would do a lot worse in terms of viewership than if I streamed it on multiple platforms and also let other people stream.
This is one HoloLive. This here, that's one HoloLive 3D concert right there.
I mean, we
Insane.
peaked at 175K and averaged 134,000 viewers. That
This
wouldn't
is one HoloLive debut.
happen if it only was on YouTube or only on Twitch. And for events, I want as many people to see the event as possible. That's all I care about.
Okay.
By the way, I'm a multi-streaming hater. I actually think it is a generally bad thing for creators.
Yeah, this was when I stopped when I first watched this video. And the reason why I stopped is because I agreed with him.
At least creators who are trying to be like, the biggest creator in the world. I think it can be pretty good for creators who just want maybe as many eyeballs on them as possible if they're trying to spread a message or raise money for charity or doing events. I don't think it makes sense if you want to be the next Kai Cenat. You don't become the next Kai Cenat if you have 50,000 viewers on YouTube and 50,000 viewers on Twitch. You become the next Kai Cenat if you have 90,000 on just one platform and you're the biggest person on that platform.
And yet you're multi-streaming right now? No, I'm not. I'm not live on Twitch right now.
Get richer on that platform, right? You'll grow and grow and grow and grow, and your peak viewership will be insane. It'll be a moment a lot of people talk about. It'll all be drawn to you. I think when you fracture your audience, you also fracture your peak growth, which I think is a bad thing. This is my take on it. This could be wrong. By the way, if you're new to streaming, I also don't think it's a bad thing. If you're new to streaming, you should try out both platforms. Don't marry yourself to a platform.
True.
You don't know where your audience is going to come from. But I find multi-streamers to also be bad at multi-streaming. They usually care about one chat more than the other.
Yeah,
Anyway,
true.
I digress. Multi-streaming hater. I'm not going to start multi-streaming when my contract's done. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet. But this goes back to our initial question. Does this mean YouTube live streaming has been a failure? Is it bad? Is it a flop? Should they quit? Did they fell off? The answer, no. No, vehemently no. If you look at the most watched major streaming platforms by hours watched of live broadcasts, Q2 of this year, YouTube gaps Twitch. It's not close. 3 times bigger, 15 billion
Interesting.
hours watched on YouTube versus 5 billion hours watched
You know why? Actually, you know what now?
on Twitch. However,
It's because of fucking preacher videos from Portugal or something. It's because of Spanish streamers that are just doing the wildest shit ever and averaging like 500k viewers. It's because of that. Definitely, I think the problem with Twitch is that it's a Western centric platform. And unfortunately, despite a lot of money coming in from the Western world doesn't have that much people compared to literally everywhere else.
that doesn't exactly
And
tell.
and the barrier to entry to getting engaged in YouTube streams is way lesser than on Twitch streams. We're gonna explain with this later.
The full story. Because if you look at this, you also have to include, some people like YouTube's biggest live streamer by hours watched.
Exactly,
Which
Gokbay.
is not iShow Speed. It is Lo-Fi Girl. Lo-Fi Girl is
Valid.
like the biggest streamer in the world on YouTube Live. She
Valid.
streams every fucking
Okay.
day with 15 to 25,000 average viewers. I guess maybe technically she's a VTuber, but it's also weird if you are including.
She's
you
not a
know,
VTuber. What are you talking about, Ludwig?
Things like
What?
Lo-Fi Girl or videos playing on loop or what there's a bunch of on YouTube Live, which is scams. In fact, one of the biggest live streams right now.
You know what? Valid. That's
on
also
YouTube
valid.
Is Tesla, except it's not Tesla. It is a scam account with 20,000 subscribers.
botted
with
views, too.
86,000 bots watching to give it some credibility. So people click on it who aren't part of the bot number, and then they scan this code, and then they lose all of their crypto. Do not scan this code. I'm showing this as an example of YouTube's corrupt botting problem.
Who the fuck is on screen? That's
scammed.
me. Hi.
So, okay, what if we just track actual YouTube gaming streamers, right? Like actual streamers, actual people who are streaming video
Roblox.
games.
60K on Roblox is insane.
Well, then the contest becomes a lot more fair. And there's still a lot of huge streamers. I mean, look, Steak right now is live with 41,000 viewers. That is massive. That is a huge stream.
Yeah.
He's absolutely killing it, right? I don't have to tell you guys about iShowSpeed.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the, if not the biggest streamer in the world. Maybe second to Kai. I don't know. Top two for sure. And if you look at that, well, that's what Stream Hatchet does. It becomes a lot more fair. All right. You can see that Twitch is still the big dog with 5 billion hours watched. This is still Q2 of 2024. And YouTube is at 2 billion.
Okay.
However, that is still an increase for YouTube over Twitch. They're gaining market share over Twitch. And again, this is just YouTube gaming. This is not any of like the political stuff or the 24/7 channels
VTubing
or the
isn't
videos that are playing
it's interesting to me he's not talking about VTubing. I swear.
and acting as live streams. This is just gaming streamers, and it is growing fast. All right.
True.
This is a bit of trouble. Twitch is on the down in a year where live streaming is back, baby. It peaked in COVID. All right. We had 9.8 billion hours.
He talks about it. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
2021. It went down, and now we are coming back. In the next couple years, live streaming will likely be bigger than it was during COVID, and YouTube is part of the reason why it is growing, along a bunch of other sites. Not so much Twitch. Twitch is
That's insane though. 2019, 111% up on 2020
not
is
really
insane.
growing, which maybe isn't what you think of because culturally everyone leaves YouTube or all these other sites like Kick to go to Twitch. So where are these viewers coming from?
Okay.
Not America. So if
That's exactly. Holy shit. See, he know we're mind melding right now. He knows. It's definitely these viewers are coming from a non-Western world, from the Western world. Sorry.
To rephrase the question, is YouTube live streaming a failure in America?
Yeah.
In English-speaking countries?
Maybe.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit. They're not doing as well.
Holy
as people
shit.
thought they
See,
would.
we're mind melding
Across
right
the
now.
world? Fuck no. They're doing amazing. They are crushing. And you know this is true if you watch VTubers. VTubers crush on
Boo! Kuzuha boo. This is botted. See, that 300K viewers that's up there, that's not true. That's not true. Boo!
YouTube.
A
man.
male getting the boo. This sucks. This is probably
Hold on,
not
they fucking
accurate.
Run that shit, bro.
This is probably
They
not
run
accurate.
YouTube
Nah.
live streaming. That is a big section of it. In fact,
Mega
all of
Cup?
Asia
Nah.
seems to prefer YouTube for a live streaming platform, and it makes sense.
True.
All right, one of the countries that did accept Twitch and did become huge in terms of like including Twitch into their culture was South Korea. And then Twitch abandoned South Korea.
True.
So, you know, not a lot of money being put into Asia for Twitch or by Twitch. But YouTube, they crushed there, right? So Vietnam is one of the biggest countries.
And I think it makes a lot of sense. Here's the thing. If you're an already established superpower in a region, you don't want Western apps as a third party or as a platform. You want a platform that's hosted by your own home country or your own home region. Like, for example, Asians chat. I'm gonna use Bilibili as an example, okay? Asians are not using Crunchyroll. These motherfuckers are not using Crunchyroll. They are using Bilibili because Bilibili is free. It's more financially. It makes more sense. It's also way easier because Asian culture. Bilibili actually understands Asian culture, whereas Crunchyroll doesn't. You know? Literally go to Singapore, Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, they're all using Bilibili as their anime site or their anime app, right? That's just one example. That's just one example. But I think it makes a lot more sense. Because unfortunately, the way these Western platforms are being built are with Western audiences in mind, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but it's just that when we cut out any sort of data outside the lens of a Western-centric analysis, it makes it clear that Asia or Asian-built platforms are actually getting up there and is outcompeting with Western platforms in a margin that I don't think most people are even aware of, right? I think it makes a lot of sense.
Live streaming Indonesia.
Muse Asia, yeah, true.
countries.
Muse Asia too. Muse Asia is literally free if you're a Filipino or literally everywhere. And they've got big deals with, like, let's say, what's Freeren, for example. People in Southeast Asia, bro, they're watching Freeren for free. They're watching Mushoku Tensei for free. Whereas if you're American, nah, you have to fucking pay Crunchyroll, what, $8 a month or something in order to watch anime, and you still get ads. Yeah. Yeah. It's insane. Unless, of course, if you're pirating. But then, right now, anime pirating sites are getting fucked. So, what can you do?
Japan, of course, with all the VTubers, and now South Korea is becoming incredibly popular because Twitch has abandoned them there. And when you think of the biggest live streamers in the world, if you're so America-centric, you might think it's one of these four, right? Maybe LCS right now, maybe Asmin or XQC.
Please mention
right
Minato
now, I think
Aqua.
the biggest streamer in terms of average viewers right now is Mixie Gaming.
I don't know who that is.
Who is a Vietnamese streamer who streams on Nemo TV. He has 130,000 viewers. He has more than the three streamers I just mentioned.
That's insane.
Combined.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
So when you leave the American or English-speaking sphere, you understand where YouTube live streaming is thriving. And I know that wasn't a YouTube live streaming example, but I think it shows my point that not everything is actually happening on Twitch. And YouTube live streaming isn't as bad as people make it out to be. All right? I know
It's
it is
really
vastly
not.
preferred
It's
by
improving.
lurkers.
It's improving a lot.
People who never type in chat, which is most people who watch live streams,
True.
love YouTube Live because
Yeah.
the player is way better, and because they don't interact with chat, they don't
Yeah,
share
true.
the chat experience.
And the ads, I hope he's gonna mention ads, and the ads are less intrusive.
is worse. They're able to pick up where they left off in the VOD, rewind easily to catch up to a moment, and it works just like YouTube, which everybody watches. Chatters vastly prefer Twitch.
Yeah.
Because the Twitch chatting experience
Is
is
better.
way better. Right?
Yeah.
There's a culture there.
We're mind melding right now. Look, I literally can read his mind right now. We're finishing each other's sentences. A lot of you guys are gonna say this is pre-watched, and to a certain extent it is. Like I said, I watched the first 3 minutes of this video.
Because chatting is better, streamers also tend to prefer Twitch. Again, this is just in English-speaking countries. Streamers tend to prefer Twitch because they like when chat
Also,
is happy
YouTube
because that
Premium gets rid of all ads. True.
makes their lives better because all they do is read chat. Another big buff YouTube live streaming has, though, is peak viewership. Big moments, big cultural
yeah.
moments, things that you had to be there for, things that you want to fucking talk about the next day, oftentimes happen.
Didn't the fucking what was it? The Donald Trump and Biden debate had like 2.8 million live viewers. Holy shit. Yeah. It's insane.
On YouTube. All right, because there's an algorithm there. Once you start to gain viewership, it gets recommended to a shit ton of people. And if you look at the channels with the highest peak viewers, it is not eBuy at number 1. It is OnePlus India during the Indian elections last year, peaking at almost 10 million viewers.
Wait, really?
Kaze TV peaked at 6 million.
Wait, really?
Years ago on YouTube, right?
India had more viewers? That's
Apple,
insane.
when they announced a new product,
9 million.
3.6 million. Law and Crime, I think this might have been the Johnny Depp trial with 3.5 million. Sidemen with a charity match, 2.6 million. In fact, most peak viewership all time in live streaming space
That's
comes
insane.
from YouTube, not from Twitch, man.
That's insane.
All right, because Twitch isn't good at getting a huge amount of people to watch one live stream at one moment.
India has 1 billion.
They're
Yeah,
good
it makes
at getting
sense. It makes a
people
lot of sense.
High average viewership for a long period of time, which honestly isn't a bad thing. it works for most people who do more chill streams. But if you are a streamer who does like big events, 2-hour streams that a lot of hype shit happens, people like
Dian, you're Asian. So do you see more Tagalog Filipino streams on YouTube than Twitch? Twitch is king of EN streaming, but to answer that question, no. Most Filipino VTubers that I see is on Twitch because a lot of Filipino VTubers want to cater to the EN market. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Because if you appeal to the EN market, like the Western market, Americans specifically, you get more avenues to make money because they have a lot more budget to spend. They have more money to spend on you. Whereas if you cater to Filipinos, the viewers are gonna be big, but viewers doesn't necessarily mean high finances, right? Yeah. A Twitch streamer that has 100 live viewers can easily make more money than a Twitch streamer that has 1,000 or even 3,000 live viewers. If those 100 viewers make up for the number by donating a lot, and if they're much more parasocial. Look at Scarlet. I think Scarlet is the biggest example here in VTubing, in the EN side of things at least. Scarlet's viewers is not that big compared to a lot of the GEN people. Like, she averages, what's her average viewers? That, far as I remember, like, what, 300, 400 viewers? Everyone in the GEN averages, like, 1K to 3K streams, live viewers. Scarlet somehow gets more money than them. It's insane. Are you female now? No, I'm possessing one. Thank you for coming. Are you new? Or maybe you're a returning person? Because Filipinos broke? Yeah. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But that's why, like Ludwig says, you gotta pick and choose your audience. And you gotta understand what the background behind your target demographic. If your target demographic is a bunch of Southeast Asians, don't expect to have that much, don't expect to have high donation revenue. But you can expect and would even have to desire a lot of viewership. And you have to make up for that by not relying on donations, but by relying on Asian sponsors. That's how it works. People gotta understand how to actually monetize their content a lot better. Scarlet rarely involves big collabs, you just solo streams. And I think, you know what? I think that's a good thing. Because even if you use big collabs to get more people into your streams, but your solo content is ultimately your bread and butter as a content creator. Your solo content, whether that be your streams or whether that be your videos, as long as you yourself can maintain a viewership, you're set, you're good.
Show speed, who go to a country and you're gonna watch because some crazy shit's about to go down, YouTube is a perfect place to be.
True.
In fact, just last week, Minato Aqua, who is a
yeah, he mentioned it. Let's go.
Had an insane amount of viewership. You might think the biggest live streaming of the past week was Kai and Speed doing their Minecraft run. I think they peaked at like 700,000 viewers combined.
Boo! Boo! Those are rookie numbers. Aqua
with her graduation stream
rookie
from
numbers.
Live peaked at 735,000.
Hell yeah.
All right, and that happened on YouTube. I do not think that would have happened on Twitch.
Yes.
I do not think she would have had as many viewers peak if that had happened.
Oh,
this does not mean that YouTube live streaming is better than Twitch by any means, but there are pros for it, okay? There are pros for it. There are also cons. There are some big cons, actually.
Can Hololive break 1 million people live, though? Just curious. I think they can. Graduate Pecora or Marine, and they definitely will. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, Aqua is popular, right? But Marine and Marine, Pecora, and even Suisei, right? I would say they're legendary. Like, again, that's not me to diss on Aqua. It's just that the things that they've accomplished and what they're known for is infinitely far more universal than Aqua. Yeah. Suisei, Miko, Pecora, Marine. I don't know about Miko, but definitely Suisei, Pecora, and Marine. Bro, Suisei's last live is her graduation. Of course you're gonna want to see that. Fucking duh. Jesus. Yeah.
The fact that you cannot stream longer than 12 hours. It is pretty apparent that we are in a marathon meta, all right? People stream for very long periods of time because you build a bunch of viewers in a category.
What
When
about
people end up
Gura?
watching you, you get
Bro, Gura's first live hit 70K viewers. 70K. Again, that's not me dissing on Gura. It's just that it's obvious that these sorts of events don't actually affect the EN side more. It affects the JP side. If Gura graduates, you damn well know most of the people that are gonna be watching that is gonna be JP people. Not EN people, JP people. In fact, you know what? I'd even wager $500 on that. 100%. Yeah. Gura, I don't even think will breach 500K live viewers if she graduates. If she decides to graduate, rather. I 100% believe that. And you know why? Gura has a lot of casual fans. Casual. The key term there is casual. She's not going to be able to do it. Casual fans are not going to be watching graduations. They're not going to be watching streams all of the time. They're not going to even be watching big events like concerts and stuff. 100%. They're going to be watching clips. Gura is big in Japan though? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that if Gura graduates, most of the viewers are going to be JP fans. Everyone watched Goomba at least once. I mean, yeah, 100% they watch at least once. Do they consistently keep watching her? Probably not. No. They'll watch her clips more. I mean, again, that's not me dissing on Gura. That's more so me making an opinion based on what I know how the EN demographic acts versus how much the CN and the JP demographic acts. Because the JP and the JP and the CN side are definitely infinitely much more parasocial and engagey. Like they engage more with their content creators. Yeah. That's why idol culture comes from them and not necessarily us. We're talking just CCV. Yeah, we're talking about CCV. Obviously, Gura's gonna make a lot of money, right?
get more peak viewers overall. And it's something that I've been doing for a long time, but it doesn't work as well on YouTube. And when Kai has started doing it, it fucking crushes. And the Minecraft thing I just started talking about, he peaked at 381,000 viewers.
Not
all
even
right?
not even a
But he was
Hololive
doing it with
graduation
speed.
numbers.
Speed peaked at 351,000, which
Irrelevant.
is not too far behind.
Not memeing.
But you might notice throughout the stream, his marathon stream,
Okay.
there's just severe drop-offs in viewership. And the reason for that is because YouTube does not let you stream longer than 12 hours. So all of these VODs are cut off at 11 hours, whatever. Basically, after 12 hours.
I think that sucks. I think that sucks. But I think I see the rationale behind that from YouTube. I think YouTube doesn't want to pay for the bandwidth costs of hosting literally like what 30 days worth of content, for example. Do you have any idea how expensive that is, chat? The reason why Twitch and YouTube actively loses money is because of bandwidth costs. It's insane. If there is content on YouTube that isn't monetized, which is like probably like 60, 70, 80% of YouTube content, because they're all from a bunch of unmonetized channels that are trying to make it big here, making 1 hour documentaries or whatever. Combine all of YouTube is not going to be making money from that. If your video or your stream isn't monetized, YouTube will not make money from you. In fact, they will lose money on you because they are hosting hundreds upon hundreds of hours of bandwidth for no profit. Yeah, that's why they lose a lot of money. And that's partially why Twitch loses a lot of money as well. Twitch doesn't have a limit similar to YouTube for how much you stream. And that's why they're complaining a lot. That's why they're upping their prices, because they literally are not losing any money. Fucking Amazon is losing money on Twitch. It never made money. Yep, never did. YouTube is a loss leader for Google. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Continue to stream. This stream is no longer available to watch. you can never watch the VOD back. In fact, you can't even download the VOD back. I learned this firsthand when I tried to stream Elden Ring in one sitting and my local recording failed, and I asked YouTube for the VOD, and they said you can't get it. They eventually got it to me after like a lot of fucking tech behind the scenes in like 720p or something. Thank you to the YouTube tech people for that. But that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. All right, I streamed 58 hours and the viewership falls off a cliff. I will never get another viewer, not one more, for that entire live stream that I did. Even though you can upload 24 hours of a fireplace. Why can't I stream 13 hours, but a fireplace can stream for 24?
True. Actually, the more I think about it, yeah. You can upload videos that are above 12 hours, but you can't stream for more than 12 hours. Yeah, actually, you know what? What's the logic in that? What's the rationale behind that? Videos are different from VODs? Yeah, true, but in terms of bandwidth cost, what makes it any different? Hello, Funny Bunny Man. Hello, Agressa. Streaming uses more bandwidth? Yeah, true. But I imagine the sheer lengths of videos like this is still gonna be like, it makes up for more than 12 hours worth of YouTube content, YouTube streaming, right? Need to encode on the server. Processing power? Yeah, maybe that.
I don't get it. You can also have a 100-hour timer video. Why? Why can't I stream? Let me stream longer. Maybe just verified creators are allowed to stream up to 50 hours.
True. Please, 24 hours at least, YouTube.
Something like that. All right. Do you know how big Speed's stream would have been if it didn't have to be broken into 10 parts? The final video would have like fucking 40, 50, 60 million views. That shit would be crazy. But YouTube doesn't let you do that.
Yeah.
And I think YouTube is still technically too far behind Twitch for it to compete with English-speaking audiences. And it is making a lot of streamers in the English-speaking space switch over back to Twitch. And elsewhere in the world, they're crushing because Twitch is not competing in those areas. They're struggling in those areas or just leaving them entirely. But as far as English-speaking world, yes, YouTube live streaming a bit of a flop. What will I do when it's time for my contract to end? Well, stick around in this channel and you'll find out. All right, thank you all for watching. See you later. Goodbye now, everybody.
All right. I guess one thing that I can actually say is that you can't have your ate and eat it too, I guess. Maybe, right? For a better VOD watching experience, you are not allowed to stream more than 12 at a time. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just trying to make up for it in terms of how, stuff. This is a really good video. I really appreciated this video because it gave me a reason to stream. Anyway, let's talk rationale. With a model like that, you can't have your cake and eat it too.